A lot of people in the West support socialism, but they haven't had a chance to study Karl Marx yet, and that's okay. I'm here to help you out. People support socialism because they want to live in a society where we can treat each other with equality and morality. But Marxism doesn't really have anything to do with equality or morality. Marxism is specifically about history. Karl Marx was studying how societies change over time, not just the ways they change, but how they're able to change. Human societies started with a form of primitive communism, where things were owned and managed collectively. Then emerged feudalism, and out of feudalism came capitalism, where we are today. Karl Marx then theorized how things could change from capitalism to socialism and then eventually to communism. So socialism is where we want to go, and Marxism is the strategy for how we get there. From studying history, Karl Marx noticed that every society had these internal contradictions. Like in a capitalist society, the business owners have to pay their workers less than the cost of the things that they're selling. That's how profits are made. But that also means that eventually the workers won't have enough money to buy those things. And then how are profits made? That's a big contradiction. And in order to ease that contradiction, a capitalist society will take value out of a weaker society, kind of like what Donald Trump is doing now. Karl Marx studied these contradictions to look for a weak spot that the workers could take advantage of. And he found that the primary contradiction of capitalism was the workers' relationship to the means of production. Basically, the people who own our economy and run our societies get their power and profits when the workers are doing their work. When the workers are doing work, it's giving people power to exploit and oppress them through the profits that they generate. But that means when they stop doing their work, they're stopping those profits and stopping that flow of power. That's why Marxists advocate for organizing the working class. And it's just common sense. Workers who join labor unions get higher wages and better benefits. And they're able to protect each other when their rights are abused. And they get their power from exploiting capitalism's primary contradiction, the workers' relationship to the means of production. Whenever they ask for something, they're also threatening to stop working and strike. Karl Marx theorized that the workers in the factories of industrialized capitalist Europe would be the first to spark these revolutions. He thought that because humans were working so close together in factories for the first time in history, they would be more likely to organize and work together to overthrow the capitalists. But all of the successful revolutions happened in places that weren't yet capitalist. A lot of them were semi-feudal and recently colonized. They weren't industrialized with factories like Karl Marx thought. Karl Marx's strategies were used by those successful socialist revolutionaries. But it became clear that he had a few blind spots, and they needed to develop Marxism further into the future. That's why today, Marxists study the strategies of successful socialist revolutionaries.